On this edition of your Kentucky State Parks Recreation Station, everyone's favorite holiday tradition, fruitcake, along with super babies born in January and barnyard animals that talk. Coming up right after this. Hi guys, welcome to Recreation Station. My name is Paul. I'm here at Carter Cave State Resort Park here in the Lewis Cave Land Lodge, which I could not think of a better place to be while discussing the 12 days of Christmas. So this time of the season, every family has their own kind of set of traditions that they like to have, whether it be spending time with family, whether it be fixing all that great sweet stuff at the family gatherings. But I thought it might be interesting to talk a little bit about Appalachian traditions. Now, whether you know it or not, there are certain places that you can go to in Kentucky and you might see a set of traditions that may not make sense to you. And I thought it might be neat to kind of look into where some of these traditions came from. Now, originally, when people, of course, came into this area of Kentucky, a lot of these people were Scotch-Irish immigrants, and so they were bringing over a lot of different traditions to celebrate on their own when they first started moving into this area. But one of the things that first comes to mind are fruitcakes. Love it or hate it, and of course here in Kentucky we kind of took our own little blend with it, with saturating it with bourbon whiskey, right? But people have mixed feelings about fruitcake. Well, one of the things that people don't realize is that very, very early on, the fruitcake that you and I either get sick over or love to see at these family gatherings was not originally that type of fruitcake. It wasn't necessarily all the chock full of cherries and all this other stuff. Really what a fruitcake was in this area of Kentucky was an apple stack cake. And you have to kind of think about the origins of this. I mean, if you were here in Kentucky and you were raising crops, or maybe you had an orchard of some sort, you were taking those fruits that you were getting from the orchards and you were drying those fruits out and putting them in your cellar or storing them however you needed to store them. And at Christmas time, it was considered to be, I guess, very neighborly of you to kind of break into your reserves and fix these type of desserts and special things for people in the community. And you would fix this out of things that you had on hand, whether it be black walnuts from growing right outside of your house, or you raised apples and you dried those apples out, which was a really big one for this area. That is really where kind of the sources of fruitcake came into being. So it wasn't the fruitcake that you and I think about nowadays. It was more of whatever was readily available at that time. But another one that my family, I remember very, very early on, were candles in the windows. That was always a big one. Like even right now, I've got candles in my window to kind of celebrate the Christmas season. But you have to kind of wonder, where do those type of traditions come from? Well, again, for people in this region of Kentucky, Scotch-Irish immigrants may not have had the most money in the world, and this time of the season was thought to be a very generous time of the season. So if people were passing by your house in the evening hours, it gets dark a little bit early this time of year, but if people were passing by your house during this time of the season, not only did you want to offer them maybe a warm place to stay, but also just to have some socialization time. I know that's very hard for us to think of in the middle of a pandemic right now, but it was just accepted for people to stop by and visit with you, and you'd share those sweet treats with them and everything. But one of the ways that they used to signify this was with candles in the window. And by just putting a candle in the window of your house, they could see that and they would know, hey, they're up. And that was kind of a we're open sign for you to stop by and fellowship with them during that time. And I think that's a tradition for around here that you see a lot of. You can drive up and down the roads here and you see all these candles up in the windows. Again, those are rooted in Appalachia and this area of Kentucky for people to stop by and say hello. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the Christmas legends and superstitions. Now, these may not be so much legends and superstitions exactly situated with the Appalachian culture, but I just thought they were really neat and wanted to share with you guys. So here it says, children born on July 6th are special and often develop powers for healing the sick. I don't know if you guys knew that. There's another one that says animals kneel at midnight on Christmas Eve, and they also talk during this time. I don't know whether you guys knew that or not. However, here's the catch. It is considered to be bad luck if you actually catch them speaking. So, whether you knew it or not, around midnight on Christmas, the animals are talking out in your stables, but you can't actually go out there and find them because, you know, it's bad luck. You don't want to have that bad luck. Also, this is another one that falls along those same lines. Water turns to wine at midnight on Christmas Eve, but it's bad luck to taste it. So, who knew? That's all I'm going to say. So guys, I just wanted to share some of these Christmas legends, but as well as some of the traditions that some of us observe in our areas. If you have a Christmas tradition that you want to share with us, I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments and down below so we can maybe see some of the stuff that you guys are celebrating around your neck of the woods. So guys, with Recreation Station here at Carter Caves, my name is Paul. We're glad you guys stopped by. Have a great and safe holiday season.